I can't tell you how many times I've read something like, I've been playing guitar for 30 years and I still consider myself a beginner. Now, not all of us are trying to be professional guitarists, but seeing little to no progress for years or even decades isn't fun for anyone. Thankfully, there is a clear path forward. So let me show you exactly how to get things moving again and get you over this slump. There are two types of skills you can develop on the guitar: unscalable skills and scalable skills. An unscalable skill is something you can work on and develop up to a point. Then once you master it, you get pretty hefty diminishing returns for the time you continue to spend on it. It doesn't scale up. An example of an unscalable skill would be something like bar chords. As you learn them, you see significant progress. But once you get them to a point where you can use them interchangeably with other chords, then continuing to practice them over and over isn't really going to give you any breakthroughs. Let's think about some other unscalable skills. Repeating the same licks over and over, cycling through the same chords or progressions. Ironically, playing up and down the same scales would be considered unscalable, and one we're all guilty of, which is playing the same songs time and time again, even though we mastered them years ago. There are plenty more, but I'm sure you get the idea. Now, a scalable skill would be something like songwriting. It's something you can practice infinitely and continue to get better and better year after year. It doesn't matter how good you get at it, there's always a next chapter. It scales up and improves for as long as you're willing to put time into it. And the main problem a forever beginner guitarist suffers from is that they tend to default to the path of least resistance, which means every time they sit down to practice, it's the same songs, the same licks, the same scales, the same chords that they've already learned. These unscalable skills never end up moving you forward, so you stay stuck. So what exactly are the best scalable skills to be working on, and how do you practice them? Well, since we've already mentioned it, songwriting is a great place to start. I think many beginners are intimidated by the idea of songwriting because they think they need to write Bohemian Rhapsody on their very first attempt. But you're not writing for an audience here. Think of it more like a weekly creative writing assignment. Take a handful of basic chords that inspire you at the moment. Let's do A minor, F major, and C major. Give them a rhythm, that's your verse. Now take those same chords, mix up the order, and maybe change the rhythm up slightly. That'll be my chorus. Put those two sections together and already that's a song. And I can take it as far as my skills will let me. Maybe I just record my songs with my phone so I can listen back to them. Or maybe I have the basic equipment I need to add some layers, other instruments, or even some vocals to it. Now, if you're struggling to come up with some inspiration, you can totally steal the chords from a song you know. You already know that they work together, so just rearrange them and add your own rhythm and you're good to go. Our next scalable skill is improvisation. And this doesn't necessarily mean strictly your ability to make up a solo on the fly. It's really about your ability to pick up your guitar and just play. So this starts with learning the basics of improvisation. That means knowing what notes or chords you're allowed to play over a backing track or song. And even if that's just one small scale shape that I know. Or if I know more shapes along the fretboard, playing through a scale on its own is unscalable, but improvising with that same scale is scalable. There are only 7 notes in a key and 12 notes total. It's how you can freely use those notes that is the real skill that you want to develop and scale up. I have numerous lessons on improvisation scattered across this channel, but if you want to learn my method for improvisation step by step, I have a whole course on it called Soloing Made Simple. I'll put a link to that down in the description where you can get it. And if you use that link, you'll get 30% off as well. If I asked you which of our 5 senses was the most important when it came to music, I'm sure you'd know the answer. It's our hearing. And training your ear is a skill that even transcends the guitar itself. So this is another scalable skill that you need to be pouring your time into. You'll already be doing this naturally when you work on songwriting and improvisation, but there are even more focused ways of doing this. Most of us, sadly, aren't born with what we call perfect pitch, where we can hear a note with no context whatsoever and be able to tell which note that is. What all of us can learn, however, is relative pitch. This is your ability to recognize the relationship between notes. And I cannot overstate how impactful this can be over the long term. So the two most fundamental ways to practice this are by recognizing intervals and by recognizing chord qualities. So if I play these two notes, you might not immediately know how far apart they are, but with practice, you can learn to recognize that interval, which is a major third. The same can go for a chord like this. You won't be able to tell if it's a C or a G, but you can learn to tell that it is a major chord, and that this is a minor chord. These methods can get pretty boring, so my favorite method cross-trains a bunch of ear-related skills, and that's figuring out your favorite songs by ear. You can learn to find the key of a song and then use a handful of theory and fretboard concepts to figure out the chords being played in that song, all without ever having to look up any tabs, sheet music, or chord charts. It's really fun and rewarding. I'll link a lesson in the description that'll teach you how to do this. And actually, the very first guitar course I ever made back in 2024 is on this very topic. So I'll link that in the description as well if you want a more thorough step-by-step approach to learning this skill. Our final scalable skill is jamming. This is your ability to play music and collaborate with other human beings. And I cannot stress how much of a difference it makes if you actually can work on this. It will teach you how to adapt to different situations. It will teach you how to handle mistakes. It will teach you confidence. It will teach you how to deal with your ego, on top of a whole bunch of other things. Plus, it's truly the most fun you can possibly have. Even though it's intimidating, jamming isn't something that's actually hard to learn. Just agree on some chords and take turns doing a little improv over them. You can totally focus on simple songs with only a few chords, or better yet, show a song you wrote to someone else and try playing that together. It's just about having at least one other person in the room to collaborate with. I'd recommend looking into local jam nights, church worship teams, or even just hit up a friend that you know plays an instrument. So in my view, these are the 4 biggest scalable skills that guarantee you will see progress beyond beginner. But there are other scalable skills worth investing in. I'd highly recommend practicing things like fretboard visualization, rhythmic fluency, theory application, and dynamics and articulation. Now, this doesn't mean abandoning every unscalable skill. It just means making sure that a good portion of your practice time is spent on these higher return on investment skills. So that's gonna do it for today. You'll find all of my guitar courses as well as a bunch of very helpful free resources down in the description. And if you didn't know, I also do additional weekly lessons for my channel members here on YouTube and my members over on Patreon. So be sure to join those if you're interested. I'd recommend you check out this video next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.